Hi, this is Theresa. Thank you for joining me today. I'm starting a video series this week where you will see several different techniques using the same stamp set. This is part one of the series, which is a Mother's Day card. However, I will show you all the templates so that you will see what's up and coming in the other videos that will be a part of this series. Here's the stamp set. It is called Love Blossoms. It's an old, close to my heart stamp set, but here's the actual floral. But I like the stamp set because it's a dual stamp set available at times. You'll have to watch for specials at close to my heart. But I love this one because you can see they have the script, cursive writing. Then we have the printed writing. I love when they mix the two different styles of writing. And that is what we'll be using today. I think you're going to like them. So let's get to crafting. If you've been watching my videos in the past, you know that I a lot of times will build a template or some type of swatch to kind of look and see what colors I need to use, and I wanted to just show you here today because what I will be doing, because I did use these in the normal 4x5¼ size, and that would leave me a nice quarter around it. These are my samples, but I'm going to take these samples and I'm actually going to make the cards from. So this is the sample that I made. This will be the watercolor look, so I have Versamark black onyx ink with using flamingo ink. This is the Versamark. This will be watercolored. These are just my notes, and this is actually almost completely done. I've still got a little bit of work to do, but it is the flamingo using the colored pencils, and this will be the flamingo using daubers for the remaining items on this. Again, this is how I start. I look and see what might be a good way to color these, and a lot of times I can use them all, and that's what I hope to do. Is the watercolor look using flamingo. So what I'll be doing is I'll be taking all of these supplies to make this card. This will be our card right here with our bone folder. This will be our mask because we're going to mask this off, and we're going to use some of the blending here, and we'll get those blending oxide inks out, and we're going to blend a little bit around it so it has a little bit more color. The heart will be where we put our sentiment. We're going to use some of these, which are Love from Lizzie stickers. We're going to use the hearts for our embellishment. And then this, we're going to try to color this with flamingo and see if that will work so that I can have a really good match of that color and add some accents in the middle there. So we're going to give it a try, see how it works. Now we're going to go ahead and create our mask, so that we can have something to work with here as we give that background a little bit of color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the peeled paint to decorate, to do the leaves, to kind of, and again, this is the watercolor look, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm going to finish up the rest of the card with this peeled raspberry to give the background additional color. So next what I'll do is I'll use my repositional tape, and I will put this over my flower arrangement. I didn't do a very good job of cutting this, so I'm going to have to be very careful over here. It's just to give the background some color. Next, I've got my bigger blending tool because I want to make sure and get good coverage. So I'll start with the sides, and what I will do is I'll start heavier on the outside and go lighter on the inside. And as I see those harsh lines, I'm going to try to get rid of them. But if I don't, it's okay. And I'm not really that concerned in here because I am going to use my blending tool, my peeled paint, color those leaves. A little harsh right there, so I'm going to kind of level that out. I like circular motions, but I also think that it looks good sometimes to just flatten it out a little bit. So, if this was watercolor paper, I could have actually put some little splatters on there, and I may still yet. There's my color. I'm not unhappy with it. I'm okay with it. So I decided that I wanted to bring a little bit more pink in here, so I have grabbed Blossom. It's an alcohol ink, and I'm just adding some more of this color in here using my blender pen, working my way from the out, coming in. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to add some here. The flamingo color looks, with this pickled raspberry, looks a little bit more on the peach side, which is okay, by the way. I just wanted to go ahead and add a little bit more color here. Great thing about the blender markers, it's ready to go again. All of that is gone, ready to go. I think I'm going to do the same thing here with my green. I was going to use my dauber, but I think I'm just as happy with this. Remember, the watercolor, I intentionally stamped off a bit on this because I don't want it to be perfect. It needs to look a little bit more carefree. I think I'm liking it. I normally don't use this with Distress Oxide ink. And then last, I'm going to go ahead with my flamingo. I'm going to add a little bit more back here. Okay, I'm okay if that's a little bit lighter. And I think I'm good with that. So, I looked at my flamingo that was on this strip. It did not work well, so we went to plan B. I went back to my pickled raspberry and went over this several times. As you can see, it's still very faint, and then had to let it dry. So went back, came back, now it's ready to go. And so we'll put this here. My plan is to put it right underneath the hearts. Heart's going to go right around there, so we're going to put it straight across. We're going to put one all the way across. As you can see, it's very faint. Matches that very, very well, obviously. Hopefully I left enough. I'll wrap those around the back, and then we'll put a little tape over the top of those. Then what we want to do is we want it to come just right below it. Actually, I'm going to put it above it. And I'm going to put it just a little bit above it so that you can actually see the difference in the two. Okay. Now we'll put our sentiment on this, and this will be ready to go. So off camera, I went ahead and put a little bit of shading around the heart. I did on both sides in case I wasn't happy with one side or the other. So I'm going to go with this side. If it doesn't work out, I've got another side to go to. So, and because loved is such a long word, I don't know that it'll fit well here. So I am going to stamp it first. If it doesn't work, I've got the other side. But I need to stamp it first to make sure it fits. And it's okay if it hangs off a little bit. There, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, and then I did trim this down just an eighth of an inch so that I'd have that white border showing. And now we're going to put our UR. This one's going to be a little tight, so hopefully I get it in there. I think I like it. So all we have to do now is attach it, give it a little bit of dimension, and put it on the card. So I went ahead and grabbed my opal liquid pearls and added them to the inside of the flower, and then grabbed my other pearls and added those to the other spots here to give it a little bit more bling bling. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button and the notification button so you'll see new videos as they come out. Until next time, have a great day.